Hi, my name is Juan Barbosa, and I am a body transformation expert, which basically means I help busy parents and working professionals have a surplus of energy, become 24/7 fat-burning machines, and be 110% confident with what they see in the mirror. And in this video, we're going to take a look at how a local busy mom found time to work out at Barbosium Fitness and achieved an incredible transformation of her body and life. So I am here with Stephanie, and she has been a member with us since last September for our Little Black Dress Challenge, where she did an amazing 19.2 inches, 10.6 pounds, and 2.2% body fat loss in her first 6 weeks. But the best part is that she was able to continue on and make amazing progress in terms of lifestyle decisions, and is currently down 20.9 pounds, 4% body fat, and 29 inches. Stephanie, thank you for meeting me today. Super excited to have you here. Why don't you give everybody a little bit of an overview of who you are and what you do?
Okay, so I am Stephanie Jaquez. I am a working mom. I have 2 boys. They're 6 and 2, and so it's pandemonium, basically, all the time. But it's fun. And like I said, I work full-time and manage a household and all that fun stuff. So that's my story.
Pretty much you in a nutshell. Excellent.
Pretty much.
So speaking of the 2 sons, we saw a little bit of a video of you trying to sneak in some burpees for one of the challenges that we have right now. Give us a little bit of a play-by-play of what was going down in that situation.
So doing burpees at home for this fun max burpee challenge that we have going on now. So get home from work, change, get ready to do some burpees. I've got the camera set up in the kitchen, and it's got to be low in order to capture the full body motion. So I've got the camera set up low. My 2-year-old's playing around. He's doing burpees with me, which is actually pretty fun. And then he spots the camera down low. And so he jets over there because he can see himself in the camera. So then I've got to drag him out of the way. This probably happens 5 or 6 times, and it's become a game at this point. So he is now crawling over to the camera with crazy speed just because he wants to be the one in the camera instead of me. So managed to get him back in the groove and doing some burpees with me, and we got through the video. And then the second stage was my 6-year-old getting in the action.
Round 2.
Yes, so he's a lot heavier and harder to force to do what I want to do. So that was fun. But it's, as much as it's crazy and it could be very frustrating, 1, I appreciate that we get to laugh a lot, and 2, I appreciate that they want to be a part of this with me. So
Absolutely.
After that, my 6-year-old wanted to do his own burpee video and banged out 100 burpees just to show me he could do more than me. So.
So already has the competitive nature in him.
Yeah, apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Absolutely. So, first question outside of that is kind of what was your biggest hesitation to start a new fitness and nutrition program?
So honestly, there's the time, the expense, the sleep, all that stuff. But for me, it was fear of failure. That was the biggest piece. I had tried so many things before and had some success and then went right back to where I was. And so I was afraid of doing one more thing and having it maybe work for a season but not really work and not actually change my life. And I was also a little bit afraid because I'd never been in a setting like this. So I didn't know what sort of people were going to be here, if I was going to be able to keep up. And so there was a bit of fear of I signed myself up for this and then I can't actually do it.
Gotcha. In terms of your expectations, was it what you expected to be, or kind of how did that go, specifically with your first challenge starting off?
It was. I expected it to be intense exercise, and it was. The first week was pretty rough in terms of soreness, and ability to walk toward the end of the week was challenging, but I didn't necessarily expect that you could do everything at your own level. So we're all doing one particular movement, but with level 1, 2, and 3, you choose your intensity level, you choose kind of how many you do. It's not often that we're shooting for 50 reps of this, but it's this movement for X period of time. And so it really allows you to do what you can do. You have to then be accountable to push yourself to actually try hard, and we have you pushing us to try harder. It was roughly what I expected, but I think more attainable than I feared it might be.
Excellent. And how do you make time for exercising on a regular basis?
So this is a tough question because the answer kind of is you just do. I didn't think that I had time before when I was thinking about starting this. The class is at 5:30 in the morning. I had been trying for some time to get up and exercise at home on my own, and I just had such a hard time doing it. I'm so tired, you're in the bed, you don't really want to get up. You go to bed late, and then the next morning the alarm goes off, and it's, I'll just tomorrow. So I wasn't great at it before having this sort of structure.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I was part of the challenge, right? So then you're part of a group, and you have accountability, and the expectation is you're going to show up. And so I started showing up, partly to get my money's worth, partly not to let people down, partly not to let myself down. And now it's just become part of the routine. So now you just do. It's not necessarily that I go to bed any earlier, candidly. So that's something to work on.
Something we're working on, absolutely.
But you just get out of bed and you just do it. You make time for the things that are important.
Absolutely. And what would you say to working moms out there that would say eating healthy or exercising is too expensive?
I would say there are elements that are expensive, but I tend to think about what I'm not spending money on rather than what I am spending money on. So if I'm eating well and I'm grocery shopping, I'm less likely going out to dinner. So I feel like I'm saving some money on that side of things where I'm not ordering takeout several times a week. And my grocery bills may be higher, but still, as I look at the sum total, spending less on food actually in the long run. And as far as the exercise piece of it, yeah, I wasn't spending any money on exercise before, and now I am. But I look at what I'm getting for it. So I work in finance. When I think through the lens of like a cost-benefit analysis, I think that the benefits outweigh the cost in the short term in that I feel better, in the long term in that I believe I will be healthier for a longer period of time. And so I think about, what could be in my future if I don't take care of myself, and I'd rather avoid those things than save a little money today.
Perfect. And how have you felt since making Barbosium Fitness part of your training regimen and incorporating our nutrition approach?
So I'll take this one two ways. One, physically, I feel better. I feel stronger. Despite maybe getting a little less sleep, I feel like I have more energy. I never really thought that was true. Like I had read articles that say that when you exercise, you have more energy. I didn't understand how expending energy could actually make me feel like I have more, but somehow it works that way. So in my day-to-day life, I feel physically better. On an emotional level, on a confidence level, I feel better too. So I remember when I was thinking of starting the Little Black Dress Challenge and talking to you on the phone and saying, I want to feel like I can do things. Again, I don't feel capable of doing things, and I kind of had that lack of confidence, like I alluded to before, in my ability to actually even do these things that we do. And so then to show up and find that I could do it, and then to see myself making progress, and for better or for worse, I'm a naturally competitive person, and so I tend to look at the person to my right and look at the person to my left and peg myself to them and try to get to where they are. So I'm feeling more capable, and I'm seeing myself making progress in going from a level 1 to a level 2 to a level 3, and that has been really meaningful for me from a confidence perspective and emotionally beneficial. So
Excellent.
2 ways.
Double whammy.
That's right.
And has your family experienced any benefits since you started with Barbosium Fitness?
I really think so. Talked about the energy level. That's helpful to me to be able to keep up with my 6-year-old and my 2-year-old. They're running around all the time, and so that's important to me to not be that sort of lazy, sedentary mom who would rather sit on the couch all day but has the energy to go to the park and do the fun things and race my son down the street and all the, go roller skating, all the fun things that we do that I might not otherwise have wanted to do. So that's 1. And 2 is sort of modeling that lifestyle for them, I think is really important. So both of my sons, more so my 6-year-old, but I know my 2-year-old, they're both aware that I get up before anybody else in the house and come here and do this. My son will ask me, how was your exercise class this morning? What did you do? We have a chance to talk about that. Now that we're doing this burpee challenge, it's coming into my home and they're seeing me actually commit time and commit myself physically to doing this and having the chance to participate themselves. So I think that's a huge benefit for my family, is modeling that as a lifestyle, and then I hope that for them it'll just be normal forever, that this is just a part of what you do in life, not necessarily something that they have to try so hard to make a part of their life.
Absolutely. So, last question. What would you say to any of the busy moms out there that are still on the fence about starting a lifestyle of fitness and proper nutrition?
I'd say just do it. There's no better time than now. Life isn't going to get easier. Kids get older, they have more activities. Maybe you're not in the toddler or the baby stage, but I don't really think it gets a whole lot easier. You progress in your career, you're probably going to get busier. The expectations are going to get higher. You're going to be spending more time at the office or working from home, whatever that case may be. I don't actually see it getting easier. So if I can start to incorporate this in my lifestyle now, then it just is a part of my life as those things get busier and as my schedule gets more crowded, and I've made that priority and I've got the momentum going. So I would encourage others to do the same. Don't wait. It's not going to get easier. Just bite the bullet. You can do it even if you think you can't. And just do it, because you'll probably surprise yourself.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for meeting and coming out and giving a little bit of your story and your experience with Barbell Fitness.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure in the program and today. Thank you.
If this video resonated with you, be sure to share it with anyone you think could benefit, as our goal is to make a huge impact in our local community. Also, be sure to click the link below to join our free Facebook community group for more awesome videos and posts related to fitness and fat loss. I hope you're having an excellent day, and I'll talk to you again real soon.